Smash the like button. Also, Santos knew what his destiny was in All Elite Wrestling. Just another background player in the Don Callis family.
Whoa, I think Santos Escobar listened to reason. He saw people like me and other fans online. We told him his fate. If he went to All Elite Pro Wrestling, we told this man, if you go there, you will be in the Don Callis family. That's facts. You will be carrying Kyle's bags. You will be carrying Taking Shit's bags. If you go there, your ass will be like Wardlow and Andrade. You will be in that category if you go to that company. And guess what? This guy got scared and he resigned with the World Wrestling Federation. Hell yeah. Santos Escobar, he listened to reason. It would be no point to go to All Elite Pro Wrestling. Why would you want to be in Why would you want to be in the Don Callis family? Now, in my last video, I did say, man, Santos, take your butt to the Don Callis family where you belong. If you want to leave, all right, cool. Take your butt to the Don Callis family. Listen, everybody knows that if Santos Escobar went to All Elite Pro Wrestling, Tony Khan, his lazy ass, was going to put him in the Don Callis family because that faction is the new NWO. Now, let's talk about that comparison between the Don Callis family versus the NWO. It's very comparable. Listen, I think the NWO is very overrated. Don't get it twisted, man. That faction will go down as the most overhyped, overrated faction of all time. Hell, I would put Evolution over the NWO. I would rank DX over the NWO. Here's why. They added too many members. That's the facts. They added too many members. Now, let's talk about Eric Bischoff. This guy said that he would put Brian Pillman Sr. in the NWO. You see? That's the problem. That's the main issue. I'm glad that Brian Pillman Sr. left WCW to sign with the World Wrestling Federation because guess what? That was his fate. If Eric Bischoff said that Brian Pillman Sr. would do great in the NWO, what does that tell you? That tells you if Brian Pillman Sr. never left, Eric Bischoff, his lazy ass, would have added him to the NWO alongside Buff Bagwell, Conan, who else? Fucking Scott Norton, guys like that. You know what I'm saying? Jobbers. That would have been Brian Pillman Sr. So you can compare the Don Callis family to the NWO. Listen, bruh, it was a very overrated faction. It had a short run. Maybe 2 years, 3. That was a very short-lived run. And then Hollywood Hogan, he switched back to the red and yellow. See, that was a very overrated faction who added too many jobbers. Who is the disciple? Guys like that, Virgil, the $1 Million Man, they added too many jobbers in that group. Kurt Hennig, I think they added maybe Rick Rude, but they added too many members. It was a very overhyped, overrated faction that had a short run at the top. So I'm glad that Santos Escobar, he woke up and he realized, listen, bruh, not everybody is built for All Elite Pro Wrestling. That man would have been lost in the shuffle with Roosh and Andre Idol. Listen, Con Man doesn't know how to book Latinos. Y'all gotta put some respect on Paul Levesque's name. Con Man, he jobs out Latinos. Not so much Paul Levesque. He pushes Latinos. Hell, fucking SmackDown might be the most heavy Latino show of all time. That's all he does is feature Latino fake pro wrestlers on SmackDown. Does Con Man do that? No. He books and he pushes Latinos to be jobbers. And I think Santos Escobar, he realized that. He realized that he was going to be a jobber in the Don Callis family. I think they have over 10 members, over 10 jobbers outside of Kyle and Take a Shit. Who else? Okada? Okada is also in that group. How many members can you add? Now, let's talk about my last video about Santos Escobar. That video was facts. There was talk online that Santos was going to All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling until he saw the Don Callis family. He knew it was faked. Okay? We scared Santos Escobar. Listen, there was no point on Santos Escobar leaving. There was no point. If Paul Levesque and Nick Khan want to resign you, then just come back. What's the point of leaving? You have a good thing going on. He has his own faction, so why leave? This man is on TV every week wrestling, so what's the point? Like I said, I never said anything bad about Santos in my last video. All I said was, I don't think Santos is a main event guy. I think he's a solid upper tier mid-card guy that can challenge and possibly win the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship or the United States Heavyweight Championship. I would put him in that category, but not in the World Heavyweight Championship category. But that's not a bad thing. Every company needs solid upper tier mid-card guys to run that fade with Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, guys like that. We need guys like Santos Escobar in the World Wrestling Federation. And I'm glad he woke up and he resigned. He knows that All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling is a current dumpster fire. Why would you go to a company that can't even outdraw NXT? What is the point? Okay, maybe Con Man might pay you more money. He might pay you more young moolah. All right, that might pay off. But overall, you want to be seen, man, okay? You want to be seen on the biggest platform possible. And that's NXT in the World Wrestling Federation. Why would you go to All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling if it's not about the money? That's dumb. We all know that Santos was going to be carrying Don Callis bags. And guess what? When Wardlow comes back, he will also carry Don Callis bags. Like I said, Paul Levesque, he booked Santos Escobar correct these past 2-3 years. Because if Vince McMahon was still here, we wouldn't see Santos. I think Santos would have gotten released by Vince McMahon alongside a cosplay. Just remember that. Under Vince McMahon, he was known as Max Dupree. So all you marks that hate Paul Levesque, oh, he doesn't like a cosplay. Nigga, shut up. Okay? Shut up. He gave him back his gimmick and his name. If Vince McMahon was still here, Eli Drake would have gotten released. Okay? So take what your ass can get. Paul Levesque has been doing right by Santos and a cosplay, because those men were ass out if Vince McMahon was still here. Oh yeah, by the way, if you have a problem with anything I said in this video, well, guess what? Let's run that fade, dog. I don't duck no fades. Catch the fade. And I'm done.